The Ooni of Ife, Oba Dayo has urged all Nigerians, irrespective of party affiliations, to support the incoming government of Bola Tinubu. The monarch also urged disgruntled parties and candidates to sheath their swords. Ooni said it would be in the interest of Nigerians to be invested in the country's path forward with Tinubu, regardless of political affiliations. He added that putting Nigeria on the right path to greatness should be a collective effort, as the election has long passed. Arise analyst Dayo Sobowale joins us now to discuss the monarch's statement. Welcome to the show, Mr. Sobowale.
It's a pleasure being here as always.
Now, let me just put this to you. I mean, we know that the presidential petitions are very, very close. They were just talking about it before the break that they wanted to have a live broadcast. So that process is about to start. Now, listening to this statement from the Ooni, do you think because of his if we're looking at it as the president-elect, he's going to be inaugurated on May 29th, regardless of what happens because of the pace of this. But if the PDP or Labour Party or other parties have decided that they want to take their case to court, aren't they in the right frame of mind to be doing so? What's this that we're hearing from the Ooni saying that people should forget about the past and focus on the future? If we don't address the problems the problems that marred these elections, how do we have better elections going forward? What do you think about this statement?
That's right. You made a long introduction. But what the Ooni is trying to say is very clear. He has not said anything new about our attitude towards elections. We have always had petitions in all our elections. We have cases going on in court, and the inauguration still went on. So this is not an exception. What he's trying to say is that people should look beyond litigations and be optimistic and look at the future and plan a better economic future for Nigeria. If you know the Ooni, he's a young man, about Gusi. He's a young man. He's a traditional, I thought you were going to say that because he's the traditional ruler of the Yorubas, maybe he should not have said that. But you have not said that, luckily. But what he has done is what a traditional ruler will say. They bring conflicts, disputes to traditional rulers to settle. So it's forward-looking. And in his own case, he's commerce-minded. You see, he brought a delegation of businessmen, even as far as Kenya, to meet Obi. To meet the PDP presidential candidate. Atiku, yes, he met all of them. So it's playing on a level playing field. But what I would like to discuss is the relevance of the traditional institution to our modern-day democratic politics. And I want to do a comparison on that. You just returned from England from the coronation. You saw the splendor and pageantry. But then, the British are more democratic than us. But they still literally worship their monarchy, their parliamentary democracy. Unlike the French, you get me? Who during the French Revolution killed all their rich royal people. And now they are Republicans. They envy the British whenever they do important pageantries like this. Like when they buried the Queen, you saw the pomp and pageantry. Now you see how this went on. The whole world watched with a bated breath at the magnitude of that. But then, if you talk of human rights nowadays, Charles is not king because he's the best. He's king because of his blood. And that is what democracy is against. But the British, as democratic and as human rights minded as they are, there is even a saying in political science that the British monarchy, the constitutional monarchy, is the bedrock of the stability of the British political system. There's a saying, see, with the Queen, that was when I was now king.
But it's not like that in Nigeria. King,
of course, with the king, let me learn.
Okay.
With the king in his bed, you have disturbed my chain of that.
Apologies for
Queen,
that.
yes.
Apologies. What I was just going to was that.
Okay, with the king.
Yes.
The Buckingham Palace.
Okay.
Every Briton sleeps well in his bed. You get me? What I'm trying to tell you is that, the Ooni of Ife, the Sultan of Bello, the Ooni of Ife, the spiritual leader of the Yorubas, the Sultan of Sokoto,
yes,
the spiritual leader
yeah.
of the Muslims.
Yeah.
Get me? But the whole ceremonial powers, just like the Queen, the King of England. But over there, the king reigns, the prime minister runs the country through the cabinet system.
Yeah,
collective responsibility.
So where I was going to with my question is,
yes.
Since you decided to delve into this particular part,
yes.
We saw this play out between Sanusi Lamido Sanusi and Governor Ganduje, whereby a lot of people frowned at what he did. But reality is that constitutionally, the governor had the rights to do what he did. And it begged the question that how much power
they do not have power now.
Does the emir, or probably the sultan, or probably the Ooni, or maybe the Alafin
the removal of Sanusi Ganduje.
Yes.
Okay. You know the person called Ahmadu Bello.
Yes.
First premier of the North. He was premier of the North.
Yeah.
This Sanusi's grandfather was emir of Kano.
Yes.
You get me? This power play played out. You get me? The Ahmadu Bello as premier was exercising his authority, and Sanusi was reluctant to play ball. Constitutionally and officially, it was removed.
Yes.
So that it is history repeating itself. What I'm trying to tell you is that nowadays, the traditional rulers, their word was law, but colonialism excused them, removed them, made them redundant. Even though at home, our own colonialists did not remove their own monarchy, they still worship it. Unlike the French, who killed every rich person inside.
So now, so if we're not to bring it home, yes. How much power and gravitas does a statement of the Ooni in weighty matters like this carry?
You see, he's not a politician, but you see, it's just ceremonial. But as a person, he's a forward-looking, he's a businessman, and he's very much interested in African culture and heritage. He has been inviting Brazilians, all these people, involved in doing artifacts, doing research and African history and culture. He's very much involved with that. And he's a very successful businessman too. You don't expect him to sit in the palace and waste away. He's a young man. So he has to go up and do it. But constitutionally, he's not there. Don't mock the traditional institution. Or you want to mock it?
Definitely. Definitely not. What's Mr. Sobowale?
That's the reality.
Let's bring it back to the actual statement that he made. The fact that he's telling people, let's just look forward to the future. This is our president. But that in itself, the fact that we are still going to go ahead with the inauguration and we still have presidential election petitions going on, should we start looking at maybe putting that in a time frame that the presidential petitions are done with before the inauguration by the next 4 years, which was
This is not the only... This thing has been going on before Ooni now. Is it because it's the Ooni that said it now that we will change the entire program? That has always been the legal process.
And should it be changed?
Post-election. Right. Somebody has suggested it should be changed, but we follow what we have now until they make some legislation that puts that into effect.
Definitely.
But this is what we have on the ground.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Dayo Sobowale.